it's Abby from Pictour. I'm a photographer and guide in Japan, and here I'm going to help you escape Osaka Station. This is the Osaka Station Guide. So Osaka Station is overwhelming. There's about 6 stations here and a bus terminal. Locals even refer to the underground area here as Umeda Dungeon. So while you might get a little lost in the dungeon, I'm here to show you all of its hidden treasures. And that includes some shopping, some fun, and of course, how in the world to get out of here and to where you want to go. So make sure you've had your coffee for this one, and let's dive in. Alright, so here we are at Osaka Station, and right now I'm in Osaka Station's central exit, and this is the JR line gate behind me. So if you come here from either Kyoto or from Kansai Airport, you're probably going to end up about where I am right now. If you're coming from Tokyo or from somewhere else, you might end up somewhere totally different. But this is a really good place to understand in your mind to get anywhere else in this station, which, like I said, is a multitude of stations literally in one area that's actually now called Osaka Station City, because that's how big of an area this place is. So behind me, like I said, is JR Osaka Station. So why don't we go inside and I'll give you an idea of where you can get from here, and then we'll come back to where we are now. Let's head in there.
Thank you for riding with us. We will soon be making a brief stop at Osaka, station number A47.
Alright, so when you get to the area where it says Central Gate and you can go down, you also have the option to instead skip that and go down here, and there will be escalators that take you up into here, which is the bridge exit area. So if you just need to transfer to another JR train, or if you want to just immediately go up into more of the fun stuff in the station, that might be the quicker route for you to take. But in order to easily clarify everything, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the central exit. Alright, so the easiest way to figure out where you need to go is to look at one of these. So first we have platform 1, which is the Osaka Loop line. So the first one is counterclockwise, and they nicely say it will take you to Universal City. So if you are going to Universal Studios, you're going to want to take that. And if you go there, you will probably need to transfer at Nishi-Kujo, and it's an easy transfer, and every single person on the train will literally get off and go on to the other train, so you'll figure it out. It'll be really easy. At the Osaka Loop line, they have another train that goes to Kansai Airport, but it's not as fast as the Airport Express train. And the Osaka Loop line will also take you to Nara. It is one of several ways to get there from here, but I prefer a different line, which I will show you later. Alright, number 2, we have the Osaka Loop line going the other way, and honestly the only time you would ever need to take that would be to go to Osaka Castle. So that's my preferred way to go to Osaka Castle. There's actually a few ways to get there. I think that's the best because it takes you to like the front where the park is, and you can get a nice walk-in, nice entrance, really easy. And that's really it. So platforms 3 and 4, we have 2 different lines. We have the JR Takarazuka line, which will take you to see Takarazuka, which is kind of like a traditional-ish Japanese theater that involves women playing every single role. So if that's something you're into, really cool. I love them. They're gorgeous and beautiful. And it also has the JR Kobe line. So if you are going to Kobe, that is a good train to take. It will take you right to the middle of Kobe City. And there are a few ways to get to Kobe as well, so I will mention that throughout the video. Next, it's just the same thing. So usually you'll probably be here if you're going to those places. 7 and 8 is where we came from, and that is the JR Kyoto line. That will take you directly to Kyoto Station. very easy, straight from here to Kyoto Station, and it will also take you to Shin Osaka Station. This is one of many ways to get to Shin Osaka Station, which is very important if you need to take the Shinkansen from Osaka, because you cannot take the Shinkansen from this station. Anywhere here, you cannot take it, period, end of story. You have to go to Shin Osaka. And it will take you to Kyoto, like I said. And then this is the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird is like the super fast, quote-unquote Shinkansen, but it will also take you to Kyoto Station. It gets you there faster at a little more money. I don't think it's worth it, but if you have somewhere really urgent to be, maybe you could do that instead. And last but not least is this, which most importantly will be this Airport Haruka Express train. So if you need to go to the airport, to the Kansai International Airport, aka KIX, you can take that, and in my opinion, that is the best way to get to the airport. I don't like the buses. I think the train's more reliable, easier, and super fast. So that would be your best bet. All right, let's keep going. All right, now if we go up to the bridge exit, here we are at the bridge gate. You'll really be able to see everything up here, much more than where we were earlier. You can look out and see like the station here. You can see the Ferris wheel over there. And then just to give you an idea of how big this place is, the building that's over there, right in front of the red Ferris wheel, is like the Hankyu building. So we're gonna be over there to get to one of the stations here. And we're gonna be all up in this bad boy. So it's a really big place. Alright, so when you're at the bridge gate, it's most of the same thing. All of the gates are the same numbers, as I just said. You just have to find your number, and it'll look a little bit different because you're kind of all up in one, like, JR area. So it's really easy to get through. They have a convenience store here. And then there's one thing I do want to point out. Let me take you over to it. And the thing I want to point out is that all throughout this area, you're going to see tons of coin lockers, which is great, right? Because Osaka Station has so many coin lockers. But my piece of advice to you is, unless you literally know you're going to return here, like the exact same route that you came from, don't lock your stuff inside the gate. Because if you need to get to it, or you have to take a different train later, you're going to have to come back inside of this gate, which you can do, but technically you're not supposed to, and it will be complicated and annoying. So put your stuff outside the station, out there where we're going to be later. And if you get really lost, just find one of these Osaka Station City information. They'll help you out. All right, returning to the central exits. Going down, down, down. And that's for a reason, because to get to everything easily, you're gonna need to use the underground, crosswalks, labyrinths, torture zone. So that's why I recommend coming here. Beep, beep. Here we are, la-la, central exit.
The hell?
Does this make sense to you guys? Can you memorize it? 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Well, you got everything? All right, end of the video. The first time I came here, I low-key like panicked. So this is the central exit, and we're gonna go. Even this map doesn't really make sense. So that's why I'm here. All right, so now we are back where we started. We went back all the way down to the central exit. So let me now show you in this area where you can get tickets. So let's head over to where you can get tickets. It's right over here. All right, so if you need to get normal tickets, or if you need to charge your IC card, you're gonna come here. But what if you need to get Shinkansen tickets, or you need to get your JR pass? That's gonna be across the street over there. So let's head over there. All right, so you'll see this big sign which says tickets on it. Lots of green. I know you guys know how to read, so let's go in here. And this is a place where you can buy all kinds of other tickets that aren't just regular train tickets. So if you get here and you have no Ikoka card and you can't use your phone because you don't have an iPhone or you just don't want to, this is where you can get an Ikoka card, or you can get the Japan Rail Pass, and you can also get Shinkansen tickets here. So pretty much everything that's not a regular ticket, you can get it here. And I always recommend, don't just buy normal little paper tickets. I think it's a big pain in the butt. It's going to waste a lot of your time. I just recommend getting an Ikoka card because you can literally use this everywhere in Japan, 99% of places. So if you already have like a Suica card or one of the like 80 million other ones that they have across the country, you don't need to get anything else. You can use it here. All of the IC cards are pretty much interchangeable all throughout the country. They've made it really easy for us. So if you got to Tokyo and you got one, you're good. Don't get this. Let's go. All right, so back at the central gate, that's where you would come out from. You're gonna make an immediate left. And if you walk down here, it'll be a really big open area. And you have Lukua, which is a giant shopping mall, literally flanking you on both sides. So you have Lukua and Lukua 1100. So Lukua and Lukua 1100 are connected at the underground area, all the way at the bottom floors. And down there, they have lots of restaurants, and they have lots of cafes and snacks. So it's a really nice place if you need to go get a meal or a drink. But the entire top floors is literally just floors on floors on floors of shopping. So this area, I think after Shinjuku, makes like the most money anywhere in Japan in like one area, because that's how much shopping there is here. And there'll be much more. This is not the end. All right, so let's say that you've arrived here and now you probably need to go to Dotonbori to get your takoyaki because you're starving and you're ready to eat. So how are you gonna get there? Before I show you, I want you to remember the place I've just showed you where I am now, because we're gonna come back here later and let me show you where we are and where we're going. So remember, we have this big open elevator area. To the left is Lukua 1100, 1100, I have no idea. And then on the right side is normal Lukua. And in order to get to the Dotonbori train, we're gonna need to go this way, towards this Lukua here. And you're gonna see signs that say Subway, Midosuji line, and they're gonna be red, and they're gonna have a red M, and I want you to remember that red M, okay?
We're gonna quiz you later.
We're gonna quiz you later, and a very serious test. So you're literally just gonna walk down this hallway. So when you finally get to this area, there's gonna be an escalator going up. Don't go up there yet. So we're gonna turn around, and instead, we're gonna go down into the dungeons. So you're gonna follow the red to get there. Subway, Midosuji line. Okay, so technically we are no longer in Osaka Station. We are in Umeda Station, and that's what makes this place so confusing. So as you walk around, you'll notice that there's really not going to be any signs that just say like Umeda Station, right? Every single sign we followed to come here was for the Midosuji line. So that's why I'm not going to overcomplicate everything by telling you that there's so many station names. We're just going to know the lines that we need to use to get to different places. Easy, right? So when you take the Midosuji line, it is so easy because it's literally a slash down the middle of Osaka. It goes north, it goes south. That's it. So if you need to go north, it will take you to Shin Osaka Station, which is where you can take the Shinkansen. Correct. I hope. So that's platform 2 here. So if you take platform 2, it will take you north towards Shin, Osaka, and further north in case you need to go somewhere up there, which you probably don't. If you take platform 1, it's going to take you south. Most importantly, to Namba Station. Namba Station is going to be where you'll get off for Dotonbori, because I know you all are waiting for the takoyaki. I'm so hungry right now. I'm going to keep talking about food. So that's where you'll go here. There's only 2 platforms. You really can't screw it up. I've probably screwed it up before. Platform 1 will go south. Platform 2 will go north. You want to go south for Dotonbori. All right, so now we're going to walk back to our save point where that Lukua was and reset. All right, we're back here at Lukua and Lukua 1100. And we're going to go up this escalator to go to a plaza park. Alright, as per usual in my videos, it's time for a little history lesson for you guys. So, Osaka Station was first built in 1874. It was part of Japan's first railway network, and it originally served to connect Osaka to Kobe. It was built in the area called Umeda, which at the time was primarily agricultural land. Originally, Umeda was written like this, which uses the kanji characters for buried fields, in a sense to show how the land was reclaimed and buried by the station. But later, the kanji was changed to this, which is much more beautiful for Japanese people as it means plum field. And it has the same pronunciation, so it's super easy. But some people believe it was changed because of the nearby shrines, which were famous for their plum blossoms. Although honestly, I think it was probably just changed because plum field sounds a lot nicer than buried dirt field, right? So the original station was extremely modest and primarily served just to transport goods. But by the early 1900s, the station had grown significantly as Osaka became an industrial powerhouse. But actually, a lot of the modern design that you'll see here today, including the roof behind me, which is huge, was actually only added in 2011. Other things recently added include the rooftop sky garden, the north and south buildings that flank the station, and if you visit here soon, you'll notice that a lot of the station is actually still undergoing construction. And a lot of that is because of the upcoming Osaka Expo in 2025. So they're actually kind of reconfiguring some stuff and adding new stuff to make it easier for the flow of traffic and pedestrians and pretty much everything with all of the excitement that they're expecting for next year. So right now I'm in the Toki no Hiroba Plaza. Toki means time, and you can see behind me there's a cool clock. So they do a lot of seasonal events actually up here. So sometimes if you come up here at this cafe right here, they'll have like special cafes for like different anime, things like that. But it's also just a really cool place to see the really interesting architecture that this place has. A lot of really cool modern design. In my opinion, not as nice as Kyoto Station. I am maybe biased towards Kyoto Station, but I do think this place is very beautiful. We are entering the hall. Okay, so we literally have like a whole rock garden over here. Alright, this is Kaze no Hiroba Plaza. And it's just another nice open space to come maybe get a breath of fresh air. And it's free to just come up here and look at everything, which I think is pretty cool. And that building that you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit, out there in the middle, it's like really shiny. That's Umeda Sky Building. And fun fact, that was designed by Higashi-Umeda, who is the same guy that designed Kyoto Station's building. So go watch my Kyoto Station video to check that out. Really cool. I love how shiny it is. But if you see it from the front, it looks like a upside down U. So
small N.
Small N. Choose your letter. Alright, we have returned to our save point, reloaded. And behind me is the escalator that goes to the Hankyu Railway, which is another great option for getting a lot of places around Osaka. So we're gonna go up this escalator. Alright, so when you get up here, you will see this really big, kind of cool, grand front Osaka building. It's a really big open plaza that we're in right now, surrounded by more shopping. We have Lukua 1100 on each side. For some reason we have a Lululemon. We're gonna go towards the Lululemon right now. So this is towards the Lukua building. Yeah, if this Lululemon dies one day, you're just gonna go into the Lukua area. So right when you get outside, you're gonna see probably my favorite place in Osaka, which is the Yotsubashi-Umeda building. So Yotsubashi, if you don't know what it is already, Yotsubashi is an electronics store, and it's floors and floors of electronics and a bunch of other stuff, and it's literally like Best Buy on super crack, and it's all tax-free for you too. So if you're into literally any kind of electronic device that you could probably possibly imagine, they have it. And it's such a fun place to walk around. And they also have a bunch of other stores inside, like they have Uniqlo, and they have GU, which is like more clothes, and they have Nitori, which is like furniture and interior decoration. And let me show you where we are. So you're gonna keep walking. This is like the outside dungeon area, basically, because it's still like kind of confusing looking. So this crosswalk didn't used to be here, and so it was called like the Yotsubashi you can see, but you can't access, which would be sad. I'm glad they added that. So you're gonna get to this big area, has this little like clock tower bell thing that makes noise sometimes. And then if you were to go right here, that would take you down to the Midosuji line. But we're ignoring that. I don't know if you can see this building. It says Hankyu-Umeda Station. And if you look, you'll see the lovely streets of Osaka. So we're going towards this building area. So one way you can get to the airport bus is just to go down here, if that's what you're into. I don't like torturing myself by taking the airport bus. I like to take the airport train. That's just me. Alright, so when you take the Hankyu line, there are two main places you will probably be going to use it. And the first one is Kyoto. So I showed you earlier, the JR line will take you to Kyoto. However, it will take you to Kyoto Station. So if you don't want to go to Kyoto Station and you want to go more to the city center, aka where you'd want to be more for like Gion or all like the shopping areas, you're going to want to go to Kyoto Kawaramachi Station. And you can get there from platform 1. So here we have, for Kyoto Kawaramachi, Karasuma as well is in the same area. And it will also take you to Arashiyama, which is where the bamboo forest is. But you will need to transfer for that at Katsura Station. You cannot just take the train directly there. us to Kyoto, Tanimachi. So this is the train that will take you to Kyoto's city center. You can see on the side, it says Kyoto, Tanimachi. This is a limited express, which means it will get you there faster. Alright, so that was platform 1 to Kyoto city center area. And the other place you might want to go with the Hankyu line would be Kobe. So let me show you all the way at the end here. And there's really, in my opinion, not a better option to get to Kobe. Because I showed you there is more than one. It's just kind of up to where you are and what you want to do. Alright, so platforms 8 and 9 here are the Kobe line. And those will take you to Kobe. So you can get your Kobe beef, which, fun fact, you don't have to go to Kobe to eat Kobe beef. You can eat Kobe beef here. So, food for thought. So accordingly, if you come here from Kyoto City Center, this is literally where you'll end up. So when you turn, these are the gates that you'll see, which are not the same gates that I showed you before. Alright, so if you got here from Kyoto or if you got here from the Kobe train, which is similarly, everything arrives here. This is a terminal station. So if you get here from Kobe, you will be arriving at this big area here. And you will all be leaving through these gates right behind me. You don't need to worry about going downstairs to any other place unless you want to eat that ramen noodle place.
約4メートル先です。
All you need to do is go through these gates, which we're going to do now, and then I'm going to show you how to get from here to JR Osaka Station, because otherwise it might be confusing. Alright, so let's go from here to JR Osaka Station. Hello. Hello. Yes, I am Abigail. That is me. Do you have my limousine?
No, let's go.
I don't want to walk anymore. So we came out and we're gonna go down. Alright, so we came down the escalator. If you leave those gates and come down any of the escalators, you will end up in this like big, it's like tight but crowded area. And so I first need to show you the Midosuji line, because the Midosuji line takes you to,
Do you remember people?
Dotonbori at Namba Station. So if that's where you want to go, I need to make sure I show you how to do that, right? And then we'll go to JR Osaka Station, which will take you many places, including Universal Studios. Alright, so this is from Hankyu to the subway Midosuji line. You can keep following the signs with the red M. Yay! Midosuji line. Now you can go to Namba and Dotonbori.
Do you remember which platform goes to south and then comes?
Do you remember which platform goes south to Namba? Platform 1. And platform 2 goes north. Hope you remember that. And now we're going to go back to our original save point, the JR Osaka Station, in order to tell you how to get there and how to get to Universal Studios accordingly. So, time for another shot of espresso, people. And let's get going. This is what I have to look at all the time. Get going. I will follow you. Can you have one of those little flags that they hold up on the group tour? It has like a stuffed animal hanging off of it. So out here is where I pointed out the big Yotsubashi camera earlier, when we were literally above where we are right now, just to give you maybe some understanding. So remember I showed you this because I said that you could see the Yotsubashi camera building but you couldn't get to it, so now we're literally beneath all those people. And back at the Lukua, if you see the Lukua sign, it's a good sign that you're by JR Osaka Station. Great, JR Osaka Station is directly in there. You have made it back to your save points. Okay, so from our save point, we're gonna go the opposite direction. So we're gonna first go back by the JR Osaka Station gate entrance. Let me show you that. So this is where we were, what feels like many years ago now, at these central gates. And so when you come out of the gate, instead of going left, we're gonna go right. And we're gonna see all these things that we can go towards, most of which you will probably never use, but I think it's good to point them out. Alright, so I'm here at the Hanshin Railway gates here behind me, and the only time you would probably need to take this is if you want to go see Koshien, which I actually have a video about, which is high school baseball, or if you need to go to Kobe. And I know there's a million ways to get to Kobe. This is yet another one. So this blue place behind me is Hanshin Railway. Alright, so I'm still right by the Hanshin gates, and there's two more things I want to point out to you. I don't think you might need to use them, but I feel like for the sake of this video, I need to point them out. The subway Yotsubashi line. I can't imagine that you would have many uses for this, but sometimes your hotel might be somewhere and you need to use the Yotsubashi line, and so it's going to be down here. For reference, the Hanshin Railway gate is literally right there behind this pole, and Yotsubashi subway line is down here. And then the other thing I want to show you, I'm going to make a 180 here, is the subway Tanimachi line, which is yet another subway line that you probably won't need to use, but it is directly the opposite direction down here. And the Tanimachi line will also take you to Osaka Castle. So if you are already like down here for some reason, or you have like a subway pass, you are welcome to take the Tanimachi line, and it will take you kind of to the other side of Osaka Station, but it's about an equal distant walk, so not a big deal. Alright, we're in the bottom B2 floor of Lukua, and I just want to point out there is a Starbucks reserve here, like legitimate reserve. So if you don't want to have to go all the way out of your way to go to the one in Tokyo, you can just come to the bottom floor here, and that's pretty cool. But I'm not going to get a Starbucks today. I'm going to get my bubble tea and go home. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Check out my website, and I'll see you in the next video.